some notes of what Bill was saying in this interview, man, because this interview was wicked, man. It was another wicked interview, man, for sure. So let's just start off. Starting off in the interview, Najee. Let me see what my boy said. My boy Ringrock, he said, I was looking for that interview 1 or 2 nights ago. It dropped today. Yeah, it just dropped today, like about 4 or 5 hours ago. So, crucial content. Salute my dog. What's good, bro? For sure, man. Y'all got into the good part of the show right here, man. So, I'm about to talk about Bill Haney Cigar Talk interview that just dropped today, man. I had to go watch the full hour of it, and hear Mr. Bill Haney do some of his capping and contradiction. So we know what we here for. We gotta call it out, man. So let's talk about some of this interview for sure. So Bill Haney said that Devin Haney is training with Shakur. Oh, my bad. Devin Haney is training with Shane Mosley right now, currently. So um, Devin Haney for this upcoming fight with Jose Ramirez. He's training with Shane Mosley. He's not the head trainer, but he's just working with him, similar to him working with some other guys as well that you've seen him with recently. Notable what's Manny Pacquiao's trainer name? I forgot his name. I can't think of Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach, most notable recently, and some other people as well. And as well, this man Bill Haney went on to speak about and says that I gotta speak about this part. So Bill Haney says that Jose Ramirez isn't a cherry pick, but he said Tank Davis thought Lamont Roach was a cherry pick. And I had to note that down so we can kind of go over that real quick. So he literally goes on an interview and says that they handpicked Jose Ramirez so they can get ready for the rematch with Ryan Garcia because of Jose Ramirez, his relentless pressure and his power that he has as far as his left hook. So they have this fight to traditionally get ready for the rematch with Ryan Garcia. And then goes on and says that Tank Davis thought the fight was going to be sweet with Lamont Roach and says that, he thought it was a cherry pick and it was a cherry pick going wrong. Well, let me speak about this, Mr. Bill Haney. For one, y'all thought Ryan Garcia was a cherry pick. Y'all thought Ryan Garcia was a cherry pick because y'all seen how Tank Davis did him in his fight with Ryan, and y'all thought that y'all was going to do the same, and that's why you was all in the build up for the fight, saying, "Oh, my son gonna kill him. Oh, he gonna walk him down. He gonna do this. He gonna do that." And Devin ain't do none of that shit. So it was a cherry pick going wrong on y'all behalf on the fight with Ryan Garcia because y'all thought y'all was gonna whoop Ryan Garcia so y'all can have leverage in negotiations in the fight with Tank Davis. And a lot of us boxing fans, we all know this. We all know this now. So for him to mention and say that Tank thought that Lamont was, going to be sweet and thought, that was going to be a cherry pick fight for him and that, it was a cherry pick gone wrong. No, sir. It was a cherry pick gone wrong on your behalf and Ryan Garcia. And that's why you in a shitty position that you in right now and had to kiss the ring with Turkey to get a fight instead of y'all being on BLK Prime because that was where y'all was headed before y'all has and kissed the ring with Turkey. So miss me with the bullshit, Mr. Bill Haney. Bill Haney with another contradiction right there. So let's get to another contradiction of his. Um, this man Bill Haney says he believes Devin Haney gets hated on because he's unbeatable. Bill Haney was on record saying that Devin Haney gets all of the hate because he's an unbeatable fighter. I'm trying to understand why this man Bill Haney believes Devin Haney is untouchable after what we just seen last year, April 20th. The anniversary for the ass whooping from Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is this weekend, by the way. Just to mention to y'all, watch the fight, watch the ass whooping, belt the ass from Ryan Garcia on Devin Haney for all the Devin Haney fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand why this man, Bill Haney, believes Devin Haney is unbeatable. Because we all seen what happened last year, April 20th. Like, I'm really trying to understand this. Yeah, Thomas Hill, it's getting real. It's getting real. Today's been lit on the boxing content from KQKC Boxing Channel, from Upper Angeline, now me, and 2 Cents. I know she gonna be on tonight, so we all cooking up today, man. It's lit. Yeah, trying to understand this though. Like, what makes Devin Haney unbeatable? We seen his defense shaky as hell last year against Ryan Garcia. We seen this man not be able to hold the foam up and defend the left hook. Even seeing it in his trainer clips that he been in recently. That's probably why they ain't been doing no episodes on Devin Haney's YouTube channel leading up for the fight. What my boy Thomas said. Thomas said, well, where you can everything you want your way. Facts. And then Ty said, no, boy, he said, Bill Haney is just like Brian Norman Sr. No, let's reverse that. Brian Norman Sr. is just like Bill Haney because Bill Haney does what he do very well, and Brian Norman Sr. isn't that bright and doesn't do what he does well, honestly, brother. Ty says, if that ain't the most fraudulent shit, facts, definitely fraudulent as hell. And let me read my boy, my cousin's Ring Wall Boxing Podcast. Brian Norman Sr. been uh, on Maz interviews lately, like they want boot smoke. Great point, fam. Can't put Ryan down. They felt they saw something Haney could exploit and also backfire. Facts, facts, facts for sure, for sure. And salute to no Mrs. Cam J. Definitely gotta salute to Mrs. Cam J, the wife, man. Love you, my baby. Love you always, my beautiful baby, for sure. Define irony. I'm going more and more sick of these daddies BS. Top as hell. He is the originator. Facts. Bill Haney is the originator of all the boxing dads. No cat. Dope boy said, hope that fight get made between Norman Jr. versus Boots. Make it happen ASAP. For sure, for sure. And then Mrs. Cam J goes on and says, Brian and Bill is definitely relatable. Both lived through eyes of their sons. Facts. Facts. They definitely lived through their sons. Man, definitely. Thomas Hill says C plus is a special grade these days. Facts. And we remember that boy Devin Haney said Ryan Garcia was a C plus fighter in that weigh in. And we seen how that shit turned out. And exactly for him, Bill Haney to mention and say that Devin Haney is unbeatable is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard out of anybody's mouth. Really, really, really ridiculous. And let me say some, mention some other shit that he mentioned that he goes on to speak about. Um, he goes on and speaks and says that working with no he talks about how they were their relationship with the other promoters and say and mentions and says that his relationship with the other promoters, as far as him and Devin Haney, that they have great relationships with the other promoters. But this is my thing: how was y'all relationship good with all the other promoters when last year on y'all purse bid for the Sandor Martin fight, the only people that bid it for the fight was Top Rank. And the only reason why Top Rank bid it for the fight was because Sandor Martin is their guy and he signed on to Top Rank and he was Devin Haney's mandatory. Who want to mention? Eddie Hearn didn't bid for the fight. That was the guy they was working closely with last year with the Reese's Prograis fight. And they had him as an advisor for his fight for Ryan Garcia. Eddie Hearn didn't bid for the fight because he said it wasn't worth nothing. It wasn't worth him bidding the fight. Didn't want to waste his money. He felt like it was a waste of money. That's what we got from him. You know what I'm saying? So, no, Bill Haney, for him to mention that they have a great relationship with other promoters is all cap. It's all cap because history shows from last year when y'all had a purse bid for the Sandor Martin fight, nobody didn't want to bid on the fight. Nobody didn't want to bid on the fight but Top Rank, and they only bid on the fight because Sandor Martin was their guy. So another contradiction of Bill Haney right there. We calling him out tonight on Bill Haney on the Cigar Talk interview, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Um, Another thing he mentioned, Bill Haney says civilians need to stay out the street business. So this is my thing about him saying that. Bill Haney saying that civilians need to stay out of street business. Bill Haney, you are a civilian. You are not a street guy. You know what I'm saying? You broke the code of being a street guy when you and your son went on to sue Ryan Garcia. Y'all decided to sue a fighter for battery in a boxing match, which you are the first ones to do so, by the way. Stop saying other fighters didn't sue fighter. Yeah, they can sue for money and other shit. You sue for battery. It's a total 100% difference. So you can stop the capping that shit. Talking about you a street guy. You ain't no street dude, Bill. You ain't from the streets like that, dude. You not like that. You know what I'm saying? You suing motherfuckers. You telling on people. What makes you a street guy when you suing and telling on people? Make this make sense. Somebody make this make sense. I'm trying to understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really understand at this point. Like, it's not making any sense to me at all. While Bill Haney talks about civilians need to stay out of street business, and he talks for himself as a street guy, and this guy is a guy that's snitching in boxing. Fuck out of here! Like, like, come on, what are we talking about right here? Like we really got to be realistic and think logically around here. Like for real. Like make this make sense. And I'm gonna go on to say some other shit. So Bill Haney also goes on and says Devin Haney can't get any better. I'm trying to understand. So are you saying that Devin Haney has reached his peak and that he can't get any better? That he reached his full potential? Or are you saying that, he's that good to where he can't even get any better? Trying to understand the logic of what Bill was saying by saying Devin Haney can't get any better as a fighter. And I'm trying to understand why do he say shit like this? Like why do he glaze his son so much like this? You know what I mean? And promote his son so heavily like Devin Haney is the best fighter that ever lived. Like I'm trying to understand this because he's definitely not. We ain't seen it. You look at the resume don't really fit the description of him being one of the greatest like that, honestly. He speaks about the accolades all the time, talking about Devin becoming the youngest to become undisputed and everything. Two-time division champion, but seems to forget that all of us around the world, we don't forget what happened last year, April 20th in 2024. Like these men, they're trying to it's like they're trying to push us to not remember what happened in the fight last year. We're never going to forget that fight until you make that shit up. Like, like that's the whole reality. All of the accolades, being undisputed and two division champion, all of that shit don't mean shit right now. Your brand, your name, the respect, that shit mean more right now. That's what matters right now. You getting your get back, you getting it back in blood against Ryan Garcia. That's what fucking matters right now. All of this accolades, being undisputed, that shit don't matter right now, Bill. Nobody don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't. Y'all don't give a fuck about the shit. Shit. Look at Devin's interview, the first interview he had with Ariel Hawani after the Ryan Garcia fight, with him with the gray t-shirt on, where he was talking about weight classes. He don't care about weight classes anymore due to what happened to him with the Ryan fight, with Ryan coming in to fight overweight. He fighting at his own weight class. And look what he's doing right now with the fight with Jose Ramirez. They fighting at a fucking catch weight at 144. They ain't even fighting at 147. He doing exactly what he said for us that. That's one thing they was truthful on. They ain't truthful on a lot of shit. Yeah, Thomas Hill for sure. We smoking big Devin Haney pack 420 every year. But like I said, man, they gotta run that shit back with Ryan. And he went on to also mention in the interview that they agreed to drop the lawsuit. He mentions it in the interview verbatim, saying that they agreed to drop the lawsuit for the fight with Ryan Garcia in the rematch. So there you have it. Bill Haney on record on Cigar Talk saying that they dropped the lawsuit for the rematch with Ryan Garcia. And that was a part of the whole deal. And remember Ryan Garcia, what he say around the time when they was talking about everything around the Ring Magazine Awards, around the rematch. Ryan Garcia said they gotta drop the lawsuit or it won't be no rematch. And look what happened. They this man Bill Haney is on record on Cigar Talk saying that they dropped the lawsuit for the rematch. And it goes back to Gabe Rosado. All of this shit comes full circle, man. The cook up is real. It comes back to Gabe Rosado. When that man said that them boys is hoes for the money, is well proven. Because them boys dropped that lawsuit. They dropped their whole integrity. They dropped their whole morals for the lawsuit. Just for that rematch for Ryan Garcia. Them boys was perping. And then for them to sit up there, and Bill Haney also mentioned saying that Ryan and Oscar didn't want the rematch. Why would you say they don't want the rematch? After what they just did to you last year. They cooked you in all angles. They cooked you in the build-up. They cooked you in the fight. They cooked you after the fight. They've been cooking you for a whole year now. Y'all been the laughing stock of boxing. Literally, the laughing stock of boxing. We've been laughing at Bill Haney and Devin Haney for a whole fucking year and a half now, damn near. Well, year specific, because the anniversary for the ass whooping is this weekend. So a year specifically. We've been laughing at the Haneys. They've been the laughing stock of boxing for a whole year now. And they sitting up here have the nerve to say that Ryan and Oscar didn't want this rematch. Well, they the ones that demanded you guys to drop the lawsuit for the rematch, and you on record now saying that y'all did so. So what the fuck are you talking about? They didn't want the rematch. Why would they be scared of Devin Haney after what happened last year? That man Devin Haney got his jaw broken in the fight last year with Ryan Garcia. Why the fuck is Ryan Garcia scared to fight Devin Haney? I'm trying to get some real logical sense to this. Like, cause I don't understand this. Why would Ryan Garcia be scared of Devin Haney after he beat Devin Haney ass last year, breaking his jaw and everything? You know what I'm saying? Basically, fucking up his stock big time. I'm trying to really understand this. It makes no absolute sense to me. Like Bill going on the record saying this shit is just the stupidest shit ever. Like it's pointless to say and mention. Like nobody's scared of y'all, Bill. Nobody's scared of Devin Haney. Devin Haney don't have no damn power. He got pillow fists. He got a questionable jaw. Nobody's scared of him. He don't scare anybody. I'm trying to understand the Haney fans why y'all be thinking like This man, Devin Haney, is the greatest thing, no smoking out this motherfucker, dog. I'm really trying to understand this shit because I don't understand it. And then let's go and mention some more what this man has said, bro. Like this man goes on and says, um, he says, he says, the also he speaks about the press conference. Said that Devin Haney handled the press conference well in New York and L.A. And Najee, he asked Bill, why wasn't you on stage for the press conference? We used to seeing you on the stage at the press conference and seeing you chop it up and talking everything. No, no, at the press conference. The nigga Bill doesn't even answer the question. He goes on and says Devin handled the press conference well, and what else he says? Basically saying that you know he didn't want to be on stage to steal the shine for Devin and shit. He pretty much implemented that. But my thing is he never actually answered the question. Like like one thing about this interview when y'all watch this interview back, like y'all gonna hear him like when Najee asks him certain questions, he gonna deflect on a lot of questions and talk about some other shit, you know what I'm saying? And then come up with a bullshit answer or not even answer the question at all. Which is that's a known tactic for the Haneys and all the Haney fans. They do that shit, all of them. The Haney fans then got that tactic from the Haneys. Like when you ask them guys a question, they gonna deflect the question, not answer it, move on, or they're gonna give you a bullshit ass answer that's not the 100% answer of the question that you asking. You know what I'm saying? That's what these Haney fans and they do. They got that shit exactly from the Haneys, and Bill Haney is doing this a lot in this interview. You know what I'm saying? Um, Other stuff he went on to talk about. He was still crying about the lawsuit, saying that everybody has sued people in boxing, and remember earlier in this segment for us this topic, I already mentioned that y'all are the only ones on record for suing another fighter for battery in a boxing match. Y'all the first ones to do this. Like y'all can stop the cat. Like Bill, we own to all of the lies and contradictions, bro. We been on to y'all. Been cooking y'all for the past few years. Ain't no difference now. Only difference for me is I'm on YouTube now on the platform and I'm speaking my piece on this shit now. That's the only difference for me. I've been cooking you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit's getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? Um, what's another thing he mentioned on here? Still playing the race card. He in there talking about Ryan Garcia he got a lot of love out there in the LA press conference because it's a lot of Mexicans in Southern California. And a lot of those Mexicans don't mess with Devin Haney anymore because of Ryan Garcia. Bro, you started your career out in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You were in the fight with Ryan Garcia last year where you and Devin Haney had a Mexican flag. I even had shirts with the Mexican flag on there for promo for the fight last year with Ryan Garcia. Like y'all got all of this shit where y'all was talking about all this whole Mexican shit, and now y'all trying to like really go at the Mexicans, saying that the Mexicans only support Mexican fighters and all of that shit. Was that is so untrue. I know a lot of Mexicans that love a lot of other races as far as fighters, specifically black. There's a lot of Mexican fans that love Tank Davis, that love Floyd Mayweather, that love um who else? Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them. So that whole case of Mexicans not loving no black fighters, that shit, that whole race car shit is cap, and it's pointless to really continue to try to paint for as a narrative. Like it's really pointless. It is not getting them anywhere, nowhere for real at all. Because All it is fueling the fire, fueling the fire for the Spanish fans, specifically the Mexican fans, not to fuck with y'all no more. That's all it is. Like that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? For real. And another thing I wanted to mention. So Najee asked him about what did he see in the first round of the fight with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. And he said that he was talking about the born arrow for us, catching the hook and everything. And he said that Devin was extending his jab too far out, and basically was saying that it was allowing an opening for Ryan to get the left hook, and saying that it's an easy fix for them. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying covering the left hook is an easy fix for them. So they'll be adjusted in this Ramirez fight and for the rematch with Ryan Garcia in October. We'll see. Because like I said before, in some of them training clips I seen, it looked like he's still dropping that hand and he ain't holding that phone up. That's just me. That's just me, man. Like I don't know. That's why I said we gonna see in a couple of weeks on May 2nd against Ramirez, because we know Ramirez, he gonna be throwing that left hook all night. He gonna be looking for it. He gonna be looking for it for sure. You know what I'm saying? And we know Ramirez gonna be relentless all night, all pressure all night. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna see if Devin can, duplicate, going back, with his technical style, or he gonna stand in the fire like he did with Ryan Garcia and get clipped again. You know what I'm saying? Let me read some comments real quick. said, said, all right, my boy Big Play Sports. What we got? Saying the Big Play Sports, they're trying to play it all as cheating, popping for steroids. Don't hinder his ability to get slapped with the left hand time and time again. And then Ty said he lied, and I can prove it. Then, Big Play Sports says, shocker, Bill Haney capped again. Facts. Big Play Sports again. All I want to know is what is going to be Bill's excuse when Devin get hit like a pinata again. And then Ty, she posted the thing. I can't look at it right now, but I'm gonna check it out in a second. Hold on, give me 1 second. Big Play Sports. All I want to know is what Bill excuse um when Devin gets beat like a piata with that left hand in the rematch. Then Ringwald Boxing Podcast says they seeing the PDs why he won. Thing is, when he lose the rematch, this will be a real bad look. He must win or his stock gonna really drop. And yeah, and let me comment on that real quick. The thing is, with the PDs, like I said before, if Ryan beats Devin in the rematch, that whole Oscar shit goes away. And the Devin Haney fans will not be able to make any more excuses about that fight with the Austrian ever again. You know what I'm saying? If Devin Haney wins, then he proves that no, the Austrian was an effect, even though us real logical boxing fans, we know that that little bit of Austrian the day of a fight ain't gonna help shit for anybody. And on top of that, it don't help you to make you be fucking Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general, you know what I'm saying? It like the whole case for as Ryan Garcia is obviously a case of his supplements that he took being tainted. And real logical fans understand that and knows this. The only people that don't understand it and know it is the fucking Haney fans. They the only ones. And obviously Bill and Devin Haney as well, to mention. And Bill Play Sports, Devin and Bill have no respect or leverage in the boxing game no more. Facts, definitely a fact. Greenwald Boxing Podcast, David Benavidez and Berlanga rock with us heavy. Berlanga himself gave us praise to the blog's fan base. Okay. And Big Play Sports, if it's such an easy fix, why not adjust during rounds? Facts. Then Ty said, spamming that hood for sure. Define irony. If the Jose Ramirez that fall Josh Taylor shows up, watch out. Facts. All things. That Ryan power and speed different. Definitely a fact, man, for sure. And like you, just to go off of what you said, define irony. Yeah, if Jose Ramirez come game like he did in the Josh Taylor fight, man, it's gonna be real interesting to watch on this fight with him and Devin Haney May second for sure. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I think Devin Haney in just an early position, I feel like Devin Haney should win this fight. But like I mentioned on the show Sunday, this fight could be a trap fight for Devin Haney with him and Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez, him and his team, they are very confident over there about beating Devin Haney. And of course, Oscar De La Hoya, he keeps being on record saying that they believe Devin Haney is a shell of himself after fighting Ryan Garcia and think that Jose Ramirez can beat him for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to understand what Devin Haney believes. Like, I feel like they think Ramirez is sweet too. I feel like they think he's sweet too. Cause them guys, bro, if y'all really pay attention, Devin Haney and Bill Haney, they are very naive about what the fuck be going on. They do not read the room a lot of the times when they be in these rooms. They don't. Like, and they gotta understand that this whole shit with Devin Haney and Bill with the Ramirez fight, I cannot believe they can win this fight. Let that fight, let the ring be small for that fight. Devin Haney, he won't have much room to run around that bitch. Because we know Jose Ramirez, he coming full force forward. All pressure, all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna let off on Devin Haney in that fight. You know what I mean? And we gonna see what happens, man, with that shit for sure. And I want to mention something else in the interview before I go on to this last topic, man. Um, Bill Haney, he mentioned Najee from Cigar Talk, he asked them, um, did you ever have intentions on stopping the fight, as far as the fight with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? And he said, no, Bill pretty much said that no, Devin, they have this thing where they look in the ring where, if Devin gave him a look saying like shut it down and stop the fight, he would have stopped it. So he said pretty much that Devin never gave him that look in the fight, so he had no intentions on stopping the fight. So let me get y'all opinions. Let me know how y'all feel about Bill Haney saying that they had no intentions on stopping the fight because Devin Haney didn't give him the look on stopping the fight. Um, Me personally, I feel like it was getting so bad at one point to where it should have been stopped because obviously, Harvey Dog, man. So shout out to Harvey Dog. He's a great referee, but he wasn't that night. He missed 3, 4 knockdowns in that fight. Like it was bad. You know what I mean? And a lot of people felt that, Bill Haney should have stopped that fight for real with Ryan Garcia. And I felt like it was getting bad enough to where he should have stopped that fight for real. But he chose not to, and he chose to allow his son to get his ass whooped. And now his son looking like he a little bit mentally damaged from that ass whooping. Because if you look at Devin Haney in them interviews and some of these little other interviews that he be doing, you seen him on the press conference in NYLA. That boy was just mid energy up there, like nervous energy, like didn't know what to say up there on the stage. He letting Ryan Garcia cook him on there. He asked him, "How did your little brother know about him failing a drug test and shit?" That boy Devin Haney couldn't even answer the question. He totally Heisman stepped the question. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that, bro. Like that's and it goes back to like I be saying about these Haneys and the Haney fans. You ask them a question, they ain't gonna answer the question. They gonna talk about some other shit. Like that's their biggest thing. Like they known for that. That's their thing. They be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like because they trying to cover their lies and contradictions, and they don't do it well because what we do, we always catch them in it, and we always call it out on them, man. And definitely interested to see Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez May 2nd. Hopefully they turn up the promo because the promo for this card been trash. The only person been speaking been Teofimo Lopez and shit. So I personally want Devin Haney to beat Jose Ramirez because I want to see Ryan and Devin in that rematch in October. And I want Ryan Garcia to win his fight against Rolly Romero because We need that rematch, man. And honestly, me personally, I feel like the rematch should be happening right now. It should be happening right away. But Devin ain't no real one to run the fight back. He want a soft touch before he get into a rematch with Ryan Garcia. He ain't no real one like Tank Davis running that shit right back with Dagon Lamont Roach Jr. You know what I'm saying? After a tough fight that was close, that was a draw. That some of you lame ass fans out here still bragging and boasting about a damn draw with Tank Davis and shit. You know what I mean? Some of you lames. You know what I mean? I'm just saying in general. You know what I mean? Tank Davis running it back like a real one. Devin Haney ain't no real one. He ain't want to run it back. You know what I mean? That boy wanted to fight a soft touch, and that's why I said it could be a trap fight. Devin Haney going that damn fight thinking Jose Ramirez sweet. He fucked around and get clipped in that fight too. You know what I mean? So it goes on to the main topic, man.